Hi, everybody. DUGROZ here with DUGROZ Reports. So I'm talking about the dark side of points and miles, and I mean the literal dark side, as in no sun, as in a solar eclipse. That's right. Today we're talking about the DUGROZ Reports Solar Eclipse Adventure. And if you want to, you can be a part of it. The date is Monday, April 8th, 2024. And what we're talking about here is the solar eclipse and the path of totality. The path of totality is where the moon blocks out the sun completely. And it's a pretty narrow band that goes across the United States, starts in Texas, and heads in a generally northeastward direction towards New England, New York, Maine, that kind of area. Well, I'm in Iowa, the Midwest, so my best viewing spot will be somewhere around southern Illinois. So that's what I picked out, and I'm going to go there, and I'm going to find a spot where I can watch the sun disappear and keep my fingers crossed and hope there's good weather. This is what I picked out, the town of Zeigler, Illinois. I don't know if it's pronounced Ziegler. It might be Zeigler. Zeigler has a population of about 1,400. And it's big enough. I think they'll probably have a cell phone tower so I can try to live stream if possible, but small enough, not much is going to get in the way. Cool thing about Zeigler is you can see here on the map, the middle of their town is a circle, a literal circle. So that's where we're going to meet. We're going to meet right in the middle of Zeigler. You can see here on Google Maps, there's this nice little circle with a monument to soldiers and or sailors. In the middle, there's a water tower. So find me right about here where this bench is, halfway between the middle of town and the water tower in Zeigler, right around 1:30 p.m. on Monday, April 8th. You might want to be there by no later than 1:30 p.m. because the sun will start blocking out, being blocked out completely at 2 o'clock p.m. So I figure half hour we're good. But look at this, we've got ample parking all the way around the edges, and then over here under the water tower I see some porta potties. So this looks like my kind of town, small enough to not run into a bunch of people, but big enough to still, like I said, hopefully have a cell phone tower so I can get reception. And if not, you'll get to watch the video later. And I did contact Zeigler on their Facebook page, city government. Probably the mayor, him or herself, responded and said, we don't have any activities planned. So it should be, not too crowded, hopefully. So where to find Zeigler? Well, I'll put a link somewhere on this video or a pinned comment to the Google Maps link, or you can see my community post. But it's down in southern Illinois, not too far from the town of Carbondale. That would be the nearest town of any size, which is right about here. And if you're wondering where it is relation to St. Louis, which would be the nearest big city, there's St. Louis right there. So I think it's about a little over an hour. It's closer to 2 hours, excuse me. An hour and 44 minutes, an hour and 51 minutes, depending on which route you take to get from St. Louis to Zeigler. So I don't think there's any sort of like public transportation that goes there, so you have to be able to drive or rent a car. Fair warning, I couldn't find any rental cars in St. Louis, so do your own research. You'll also want to get some glasses. These aren't the solar glasses that are certified by ISO, and make sure they protect your eyes. Order them now because they have to come early. I might have like one extra, but I won't have a whole bunch. I'll put a link that's an Amazon referral link somewhere down below. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a solar expert, so please do your own research. I can't guarantee these are the best, but I'll link to what I found. And yeah, so maybe it's me all by myself. Maybe there's a bunch of diehards, maybe a bunch of fans all get together and drive to Zeigler. You'd have some other options as well. Like if you want to come from Nashville, it's not too far away. Right over here. Here's Memphis, Indianapolis. Kansas City's a little further away. You got Chicago up here, Des Moines up here. Yeah, lots of ways to get to Zeigler. So get there if you can. Monday, April 8th, 1:30 p.m. Barring something unusual coming up, I will be there. Put comments down below if you think you might make it, or if you just want to watch me live stream while I stare at the sun for about 4 minutes. A few random bits of information you'll want to know about. I'm not planning on lodging in Zeigler or Carbondale. All the motels in Carbondale have been sold out as far as I know. I'll be staying probably somewhere in the St. Louis area overnight. We can always, touch base on more details in the comments section as they develop if I perceive that people are coming. Transportation, you're going to have a really hard time renting a car. When I looked in St. Louis, they were all sold out. So you're going to want to figure that out. And good luck with that. Random facts about the town of Zeigler from what I read on a random page online is that it was founded by some dude with the last name Zeigler, who was a wealthy guy in the coal mining industry back in the late 1800s, very early 1900s. And he was friends with Teddy Roosevelt and wrote a letter to the president proposing that he move the White House to Zeigler and thought that that would become the nation's next capital. No kidding. So you get your little bit of weird history mixed in there too. Can't think of anything else to go over at this time. I just want to get the word out. So look for rental cars, lodging, do your ordering of the glasses to get started, and we can touch base as time gets a little closer on any details. If I get enough interest, I can maybe find a restaurant where we can meet or something like that. But if it's only like 1 or 2 people, we might just sit there and talk on the park bench in the middle of Zeigler. We'll see. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Click the like button. And as always, may your spending be frugal and may your points be plenteous. Thanks.